It is great to have a chance to speak with you. For me, knowing the both of you, Danny, I've known you for a few years. Karl, I've known you forever. It was a definite pleasure to be invited to a great event that you both did for a lot of fans and a lot of friends. And it was kind of like a debut or premiere of a new single that I never thought I'd ever hear either one of you actually singing in the genre. So,
Yep.
Danny, I'm going to run over to you first because I got to ask you, where the heck are you right now?
I'm in Miami, so I'm actually in Orlando, so I'm just flying out.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness. What's the weather like? Just curious.
too nice. I don't want to be coming back to Toronto. I'm not gonna lie, but
Uh,
yeah, it
we need you
happens.
back. We
Thanks.
need you
That
back.
just broke my heart, but it's fine.
There.
Oh,
Yeah, Carl, how did you two meet? Because I remember getting an email a while ago about how you two were working together. How did this come together? Because I knew you two separately.
Yeah, I mean, we have tons of friends in common, and I think, I've been watching her career kind of progress, throughout the years. We never really met in person, if I'm not mistaken, or we did, but it was brief at a concert, at a show, and she was a model at the show or something like that, but I didn't know it was her at a fashion show or something. And then I guess one day through close friends, we connected, and I was like, "Yo, listen, this is maybe perfect timing." But I just started my new record label, and she was just out of her contract or something like that. I spoke to my team, and then we made a deal, and we've been working together ever since.
yeah.
Danny, yeah, Danny, what'd you think about that when he approached you? And did you know about, oh, dumb question. Did you know about Carl's career?
I think it's kind of cool. I really do think like just things happen in the right timing. Because Carl, I don't even know if you remembered it or not, but like probably 7 or 8 years ago, I had this demo and I sent it to his email, and I was like, "Hey, I have this song. Do you remember that?"
I do remember something like
Yeah,
that.
and
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck, I'm like, oh, sorry, I'm like,
That's
darn
okay.
it, we should probably. I was like, it'd be cool if we did this song together. And then from there on, we just kind of like were friends, on socials and stuff like that. And then
Yeah.
we realized we had smaller circles, and yeah, it was cool. I don't know, it was just meant to be. I think, really.
Yeah.
Danny, did you realize you
Yeah.
guys would have such great chemistry?
No, definitely not. But like, it's cool. I think we just always keep finding new things about each other all the time. And like sometimes we just sit on a piano and it just works, and we're like, oh, that sounded really good. And it's cool. Like we're really like figuring out, you know, who we are together as well. Because, Carl also produces me. I'm his artist, but then us working on these songs together, it's been really cool just to like see how that meshes together, you know?
She's like a friend as well, too, right? So we become friends, and
Yeah.
and I think that's the best way to work. You want to work with your friends who you respect and who are talented and who can elevate, and you can elevate there, and they can elevate you. So
Yeah.
that's how I see it.
Yeah,
Carl,
definitely. It
you
makes it
no,
a safer space. Yeah.
Carl, you've done a lot of duets with people over the years. How does Danny compare to the other folks that you've worked with in the past?
Danny's a firecracker. I think she's got a lot more talent that people have to discover from her, and I think we're trying to bring that out as much as possible. It's going to be a moment where it's going to turn into Taylor Swift at some point.
That'd be
Well,
good.
it's kind of funny you go down that genre because, and then when I say genre, what using Taylor Swift, we're talking about in the beginning
Right.
of her career. Because
Right.
again, I know the genres the two of you have been in the past.
Yeah.
So when I heard about this new venture, I was like, what the hell?
Right.
So who wants to, before we name the song and we talk about what the song is about, who wants to talk about how this particular collaboration came together and why this genre?
Go for
Danny,
it.
start.
um, okay, well, I mean, country roots are Rudy, as you know, we've had many a conversation about kind of where I'm from, and I'm from the middle of nowhere. And I was raised on, rock music, country music. So it's definitely something that it's been in me always. And I love a good melody. And that's the thing that, Carl and I are really like the same about. We love melodies. We love a song that's a song. We love harmonies. We love, taking people on a journey. And country really allows you to do that. So honestly, it was just something that naturally happened. We talked about the possibility of trying. And then one day I came over to Karl. He had started this really cool production, and we were both just like, this could be really interesting. So
Yeah.
that's where it started.
Okay, then, Karl, I'm going to let you kick this off then. What is the name of the new single and what is the song about?
So the new single is called City Boy, Country Girl. So there's an X in between. So City Boy, Country Girl. Well, essentially, the song is about it's a romantic song about someone who's from a different world completely and connecting with someone from somewhere else. Like, for example, I'm from Dubai. I was born in the middle Lebanon, raised in Dubai, came to Canada later on in life. Total city boy, total like R&B pop, hip hop guy, all kinds of like concrete jungle type person. And then you connect with someone who's from sort of from the rural area and someone with like deeper roots in Canada than I was. And it connects, you can definitely have a connection with someone from somewhere completely different than you. And that's pretty much what the song is about.
Dani, when you heard the song and then you guys started recording together, what was that experience like?
It was great. Well, Karl and I wrote the song together, so I think that's what makes it even more special. It was like, we both really brought like our lives to the song, I think. And it was super fun. I mean, we had the best day in the studio. I think we finished it, well, 2 days, and then we literally sit on it for, however long to just mull it over. But it was a pretty natural writing session, all of that. And
You
then
know what's
Karl
cool,
takes it.
Rudy? When Dani and I get in the studio and we know there's like a song that's worthy, we just start to get out of the studio and start sort of dancing outside the studio. That's when we kind of know, like Fire Alarm was like that. When we recorded Fire Alarm, it was instant. It was instant. We left the studio, like right outside the studio. I'm talking about not in the vicinity of it, but just right in the kitchen area. And then we know that when we start dancing there, we know there's something special. I think
Yeah.
that's our little barometer that we've got. And we did the same thing with country.
Yeah,
I love
exactly.
that. One of the things that I've always said, when it comes to country music, and I have to put in R&B, harmonies, or you can throw in gospel, harmonies, extremely important.
Yeah.
Was that ever a challenge for the both of you in doing the single? Because you can't do a country song without having perfect harmony. If you don't have perfect harmony, they'll stone you. They'll stone you
Bro,
Yeah.
big time.
that's where I was born and raised, man.
Yeah.
I live and breathe harmonies. I mean, if you listen to Africa, it had
Yeah.
150 vocals on it. It was insane. In fact, people in the industry would advise me not because the way the trend was going with music was that it was just singular vocal, not a lot of harmonies. So that's not going to work on radio. That's not going to work. And I was like, whatever, man. I just did what I did. I put 150 vocals, harmonics. I love them. I love organizing and arranging harmonies. It's like my thing. I was raised with Boys to Men. Like that's the four quartet harmony. So important to me. And country, they mess with that, man. I love country music because of that. They've got the greatest melodies. They understand harmonics. And go ahead, Dani. But that's my feeling on it.
Yeah. And a lot of people like, I mean, everyone knows that Karl's a producer, but I think in the depths of Karl's ability to produce with his knowledge of music itself, like you should see the guy on his keys and like his ability to like really figure out a melody and harmonics like is his specialty. Really.
I think
Karl's
so.
amazing at doing that.
Thank
But
you.
yeah, myself as well, like R&B was like my love growing up, like Alicia Keys is my favorite, and I just loved her voice and her soul. And for me, like really diving in and allowing to have a little bit more depth. Like I love pop music because I love to make bangers, and we both love to like make things that make people move. You can
Yeah.
still do that with country too, but like it's been fun to like really like go dive into all different parts of artistry with Karl because we do that with our songs, and yeah, I think we're
I
just
want to say
peeling back
something.
layers. Yeah.
I want to
Yes,
say something.
please.
Rudy, the music industry, I've been in it for a long time. I've succeeded in many, many facets on many genres. The industry is so interesting that way. That we're all looking for, people want little gems and like diamonds in the rough, and
Yes.
sometimes that could be coming from any genre of music. It's music is music, and it's all this invisible magical frequency, right? So it's wherever the tide moves us, and I've realized that you got to go with your intuition on things. So it's not like we decided, okay, today we're doing a country song. It's just sort of happens, and then at some point we don't block the energy. You know what I'm saying? We just
Yeah.
keep it open, and if that's what it is, that's what it is. You know, I'm not trying to, like, we're not forecasting things. We're just doing as it goes, and that's what Africa and all my records, the 12 platinum and gold records that I've had, have been in that vibe. I've just went with it.
Go with the flow. Karl, I was going like this. It was 11-11.
Oh, nice. Nice. I like that.
You know, I love this because Simone Denny re-released one of her singles in a country version. You folks are doing this. What a way to, in some ways, revamp Canadian sound with Canadian artists, and being able to say, just because you know me for this doesn't mean I can't do this. And you folks are all the perfect example for that. And hearing you guys do it live, and I know I didn't hear, a voice or note crack said it all in front of the crowd. So are we going to be seeing more of that? Are going to be more performances? Will there be more singles? Will there maybe be a mini tour? Anything like that going on? And last but not least, next year, you got the CCMAs, you got the CM, what was it, CM AOs or OAs or whatever.
Yeah.
I always keep forgetting. Any chance we could see you on the stage there too?
We're gonna be part of a lot of stuff. So I'm working on my Karl Wolf last album, okay? And I'm doing a tour with that too. Dani's gonna be part of that tour. We're thinking around March-ish, March, April kind of energy. We're gonna do all the CMWs. So next year, 2025, is Dani's year.
Yeah.
I'm just continuing and finalizing and putting in, not a fun, but maybe a little finesse to the career. You know what I mean? It's been a nice 20 years performing. So I don't know, but that's kind of where our head's at right now.
Fantastic. And I always love to mention this, Karl. You know, one of the first times we met was at Canadian Music Week. You were standing outside the Royal York Hotel, and you were a cappelling outside. And I'm going, who is this guy? Because you were just killing it. That had to have been like 20 plus years ago.
So that was before Africa.
That was way before Africa, man.
Isn't that crazy? And then you see, that's the thing that I keep telling Dani too. It's like, you work. People start noticing, like what's happening with Dani right now. People are noticing. And then at one point, you come up with a smash. And it's not because the song is right. It's because the universe and people are ready for you. It's really strange, because I'll tell you something. Nobody was ready for me. Nobody. Not one label wanted to sign me. No one wanted to give it a chance. Even though I had Africa for 2 years, the same version that became #1 on Billboard, no one wanted to sign. So it's just a matter of everyone accepting you for some reason. And the stars align, and then you get to #1. It's really a funny thing, but you got to keep punching it. And then that's what we're doing with Dani. And I think it's going to happen for her too.
I know, Dani, you're going to have to go soon because you got a plane to catch. But before we go, Dani, I'm going to ask you, because we're in the holiday season, what has been your favorite holiday, either your favorite holiday moment or your favorite Christmas gift growing up?
Oh, man. You know what? I'm a pretty simple person, but I've definitely got a lot of pictures of me receiving instruments as a kid. I got one of those really awesome, like a microphone and a microphone stand when I was like 8. I got an acoustic guitar, I think, when I was 10. But my favorite thing in stockings, I'm pretty simple. I love clementines.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was like always like, yeah, like fruit stuff. But yeah, and moments, honestly, like every year, my family gets together, even though my parents aren't together. And we all come together like we're a family once again, and it's just kind of fun. Like, I mean, there's a lot of drama, but it's also fun, you know?
That's what that drama is fun. Karl, what's yours, man?
Oh my God, favorite Christmas gift?
Gift or holiday moment, either one.
Oh man, oh man. You know what? I always tell my family don't get me anything for the past
Mm,
like 15 years, 10 years.
same.
But they I like simple things, man. I just want to be honest, just want to be close to my family if I can. There was one or 2 years in a row. That's when I did what was it called? Not Corona World, the other one. Omicron
Oh,
Queen. When I did
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Omicron Queen,
yeah,
dude,
yeah.
I was alone for Christmas for 2 years in a row because of the pandemic. I caught COVID,
Oh,
and I had to leave my parents are seniors, and I had to leave them, and it was the hardest Christmas. That's why Danny and I are writing a song right now called "The Hardest Christmas." It's
Yeah.
talking about what happened with me, and I think we're gonna put it out in December for fun.
I
Yeah.
was going to ask about that. And just so you both know, my favorite was 1972 G.I. Joe Talking Commander with the, you can pull the
Oh
string and he
man,
talked
that's
and
so
everything.
dope.
I
That's so
still wish
cool.
I had that. That was my
Oh,
all-time favorite.
I love
All-time
those, man.
favorite. Well, look, I'm
Oh,
going to let you guys go. I want to say again, congratulations on the new single.
thank you.
Hopefully, we could talk again about this new Christmas single because I'm looking
Yes,
forward to that too. But either
pretty
way,
special.
thank you so much for the interview. Thank you so much for the friendship. Thank you so much for the invite. And thank you so much for reimagining Canadian music with Canadian artists. I love that. Thank you both.
Thank
Thank you so
you,
much
Rudy.
for me.
You're incredible, man. Appreciate
Yeah,
you.
definitely. I appreciate your support always.
Yeah.